हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री संपूर्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे। राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण राम राम हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण राम हरे कृष्ण 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण राम हरे कृष्ण राम sit properly. Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौरभक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे Hare Krishna Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji Sanmata is Dandavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. So let us begin with Mangalacharana prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukhaṁ karoti vācālam pangum langāyate girim yatkripātamaham vande Shri Gurum Dīnatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Uma pavitra pavitro va sarvavastam gatopi va yasmaret pundarikaksham sabhyabhyantanam suchihi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. Yeah, we'll begin with this section. Mata is and Prabhuji. Okay, so Deepa Mata, you can start from this section 29 to 31 verses. Is it audible? Clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so right. Hare Krishna Mataji, Deepa Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Prabhuji, I am available. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The Lord's plan to drown the evaders in Prema, 29 to 39. 29 to 34. Still, some people are expert in avoiding this inundation. They are Mayavadis, impersonalists who consider the Lord's body, his abode, and bhakti to be Maya. Karma Nishthas, fruitive workers who consider bhakti to be fruitive activity. Kutarkikas, false logicians who think that for devotees to attain liberation, they need to be purified by philosophical speculation. Nindakas, blasphemers who criticize bhakti. Pashandis, non-devotees who consider bhakti to be material. Adhama Paduyas, the lowest scholars who consider bhakti to be material. Hare Krishna, can you scroll up, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
1 second, Mataji.
Yeah.
Somehow. Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The Lord's trick. Accepting sannyasa, Lord Chaitanya thought to devise a trick to drown them also. After full consideration, he accepted sannyasa in his 25th year after remaining in householder life for 24 years. Prema Mahajala. Thus, those who evaded him came to surrender unto his lotus feet. The Lord excused them all, and they all merged into Prema Jala, for no one can escape his unique loving network, Prema Mahajala. Ideal Acharya. Every Acharya has a specific means of propagating his spiritual movement with the aim of bringing men to Krishna consciousness. Although the method of one Acharya may differ from that of another, the ultimate goal is the same. Kripa Avatara. Lord Chaitanya mercifully appeared in order to deliver all the fallen souls. Therefore, he devised many methods, Chaturi Apara, to liberate them from the clutches of Maya. Mayavadis evade the Lord. All were converted into devotees, even the Mlechas and Yavanas. Only the impersonalist followers of Shankaracharya evaded him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, Samyukta Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. 40 to 51, the Mayavadi sannyasis blessed Lord Chaitanya. Mayavadis blessed the Lord. While Lord Chaitanya was passing through Varanasi, sorry Prabhuji.
Blaspheme.
Okay, Prabhuji. Mayavadis blasphemed the Lord. While Lord Chaitanya was passing through Varanasi on his way to Vrindavana, the Mayavadi sannyasis blasphemed him. He has no interest in the study of Vedanta, although he is a sannyasi. Instead, he always engages in chanting and dancing in Sankirtana. He is an illiterate sannyasi and therefore does not know his real function, guided only by his sentiments, bhavuka. He wanders about in the company of other sentimentalists. The Lord initially neglects. Hearing this, Lord Chaitanya merely smiled and proceeded to visit Mathura. Later, returning to Varanasi, the Lord exercised his independent Mishra by staying at the house of Chandrasekhara, although he was regarded as Shudra or Kayastha. However, he regularly accepted his food at the house of Tapana Mishra, a Brahmana, and never mixed with the Mayavadi sannyasis, nor did he accept invitations from them. Instructs Sanatana Goswami. While staying at Tapana Mishra's house for 2 months, the Lord instructed Sanatana Goswami in devotional service and Vaishnava Dharma according to scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam. Then Chandrasekhara and Tapana Mishra appealed to Lord Chaitanya, how long can we tolerate the Mayavadi sannyasis blaspheming you? We would rather give up our lives than hear it. This blasphemy breaks our hearts. Responding to Vaishnava Ninda, a Vaishnava should be humble in his personal transactions and should be tolerant if insulted. But if one's guru or another Vaishnava is blasphemed, one should take one of 3 actions. Stop the blasphemer with arguments, give up one's own life, or leave that place. A Kanishta Adhikari has firm faith in the Lord, but is not competent to stop such blasphemy by citing Shastrical evidence. Although Chandrasekhara and Tapana Mishra could not tolerate the blasphemy of Lord Chaitanya, they were also unable to refute the Mayavadis. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So 3 things mentioned here. When any Vaishnava Ninda is there, what is going to do? 3 actions. Stop the blasphemer with arguments. Proper arguments from the scriptures and stop that conversation. Or give up one's own life. This is very... and leave that place. Yeah. So these are all examples is given in that. He met Mayavadi philosophers. They have their own arguments. And as we Vaishnavas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tolerated them to give proper knowledge, to show proper Vaishnava etiquette. From this section, we'll see how he is, actually they are converting after meeting Lord Chaitanya and, discussing all these various topics, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quoted all the important verses from scriptures and proved that the Supreme Personality of God is a person. This section, Lavanya, want to read?
Yeah, I'll read. 52 to 65. Lord Chaitanya meets the Mayavada sannyasis. 52 to 57. The Lord accepts a Brahmana's invitation. Hearing his devotees' request, the Lord smiles.
Okay. Carry on.
It's not from here?
Same.
52 to 57. The Lord accepts a Brahmana's invitation. Hearing his devotees' request, the Lord smiled slightly and remained silent. At that time, a Brahmana came and requested the Lord, I have invited all the sannyasis of Banaras to my home. My desires will be fulfilled if you also accept my invitation. I know that you are never mixed with the other sannyasis, but please be merciful. But please be merciful unto me. Inspired by the Lord, the Brahmana earnestly requested Lord Chaitanya to accept his invitation. Despite knowing that the Lord never went to anyone else's house, the Lord accepted the invitation to show his mercy to the Mayavada sannyasis. 58 to 60. The Lord's mystic power at the Brahmana's house. The next day, the Lord went to the Brahmana's house, saw the sannyasis of Banaras sitting there, offered obeisances, and then washing his feet, sat down in that very place. He exhibited his mystic power by manifesting an effulgence as brilliant as millions of suns. 61 to 63. Attracted by this illumination, all the sannyasis stood in respect. Their leader, Prakashananda Saraswati, respectfully addressed the Lord, Please come here, Your Holiness. Why do you sit in that unclean place? What was cause your lamentation? 64 to 65. The Lord replied humbly, I belong to a lower order of sannyasis, so I do not deserve to sit with you. Prakashananda Saraswati, however, personally caught his hand and seated him with the great respect in the midst of the assembly.
Yeah. Thank you. Raju.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prakashananda Saraswati asked about the Lord's Sankirtana. 66 to 70. Question 1. Q1. Prakashananda Saraswati asked, I understand that your name is Sri Krishna Chaitanya and you are disciple of Sri Kesava Bharati. Sri Kesava Bharati. You belong to our Shankara Sampradaya and live in Varanasi. You belong to our Shankara Sampradaya and live in Varanasi.
Shankara Prabhuji, Shankara.
Yeah, Shankara Sampradaya. But why do you not associate with us and avoid even seeing us? Being a sannyasi, why do you chant and dance in Sankirtana with fanatics? Why do you abandon meditation and study of Vedanta, which are the sole duties of a sannyasi? You look as brilliant as Narayana. Why have you adopted the behavior of lower class people? Mayavadis address one another as Narayana, thinking that they will merge with Narayana and or become Narayana in the next life. Prakashananda Saraswati therefore appreciated that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already directly become Narayana. Vaishnava philosophers, on the other hand, understand that after the body dies, they are going to have transcendental spiritual body in which to associate with Narayana. Hare Krishna. Can I stop? Or?
Yeah, it's a big section. You can say complete some of the verses, Prabhu.
Okay. 71 to 98. Lord Chaitanya explains the reason for his Sankirtana. 71 to 72. My Guru ordered me to chant. My Guru considered me a fool and said, "You are not qualified to study Vedanta philosophy. You must always chant the holy name of Krishna, the essence of all mantras." Lord Chaitanya presented himself as a fool to indicate that Kali Yuga is an age of fools and perfection is not attainable by Vedantic study. Rather, one should chant the holy name. Lord Chaitanya sets a perfect example for a disciple. Success in a human life is attained by strictly following the Guru's words. Shrauta Vakya. 73. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can obtain samsara mochana, freedom from material existence. Krishnera charana. Krishnera.
Correct.
Krishnera charana. The lotus feet of the Lord. Shastra Marma. In the age of Kali, Marma, in the age of Kali, there is no religious principle other than the chanting of the holy name, which is the essence of all Vedic hymns. Nama Vishnu Kali Kale, Naihara Dharma, Sarva Mantra Sara Nama, Yei Shastra Marma. Can I stop over here?
The note point the group change.
Okay. He told me another verse, advising me to always keep in with me my throat. Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva Gatiranyata. Chanting bewildered me. Since I received this order, I always chanting the holy name. But while chanting in pure ecstasy, I love myself, and thus I lose myself, and thus I laugh, cry, dance, and sing like a madman. I consider that chanting had covered all my spiritual knowledge, and I submitted this at the lotus feet of my Guru. In any condition, even when liberated, one should never think himself independent of the spiritual master, but must refer to him as soon as there is some doubt regarding one's progressive spiritual life. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. 81 to 82. A. What kind of mantra have you given me? I have become mad simply by chanting this Maha Mantra. It causes me to dance, laugh, and cry. Kiba mantra dila gosani kiba tarabala japite mantra karila pagala. 82b to 83. Hearing this, my spiritual master replied, anyone who chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra immediately develops bhava. The disciple progress in spiritual life gladdens the spiritual master. Just as a smiling parent enjoys the activities of a child who is trying to stand up or crawl perfectly. 84 to 85. The four Purusharthas appear insignificant, like straw, before love of Godhead. The fifth Purushartha. For a devotee who has developed bhava, they appear like a drop in the presence of the sea. Krishna Vishayaka Prema Parama Purushartha Yarage Trunatulyachari Purushartha Panchama Purushartha Premanandamruta Sindhu Mokshadi Anandayara Nahe Eka Bindu. So what are the four Purusharthas?
Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha.
Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So beyond that, it's just like the drop. They appear like a drop in the presence of the sea. Nothing. That means in front of love of Godhead, Prema Bhakti, those are nothing. Okay. Conclusion of scriptures. Let me complete this. Let me complete this section. Conclusion of scriptures. Developing one's dormant Prema is the conclusion of all scriptures. You are fortunate to have already done so. 87 to 90 verses. Premara Swabhava. It is the nature of ecstatic love of Godhead that it, number one, makes one greedy to achieve the shelter of the Lord's lotus feet. Number two, induces transcendental symptoms in one's body. One naturally cries, laughs, chants, and runs here and there like a madman. One experiences perspiration, trembling, bodily hair standing on end, tears, faltering voice, fading complexion, madness, melancholy, patience, pride, joy, and humility. These immerse one in Anandamrita Sagara. These immense one in Anandamrita Sagara. 91 to 92. Continue Sankirtan. It is very good that you have attained the supreme goal. You have pleased me. Continue dancing, chanting, and performing Sankirtana. Preach the chanting of Krishna Nama. By this, you will be able to deliver all fallen souls. 93 to 94. He quoted a verse from Bhagavatam. When one is advanced and takes pleasure in chanting, he is agitated and loudly chants, laughs, cries, just like a madman, not caring for outsiders. Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, 2nd chapter, 40 verse. Evam vrata swapriyaha. 95 to 96. I firmly believe my Guru's words, and therefore I always chant alone and in the association of devotees. The holy name causes me to chant and dance automatically. I don't intentionally do it. 97. The bliss of chanting Krishnanama is like an ocean. In comparison to it, Brahmananda is like the shallow water in a canal. Krishnanama ye ananda shindu aswadana Brahmananda tarage katodaka sama. 98. Oceanic bliss. My dear Lord, since I have directly seen you, my transcendental bliss has taken the shape of great ocean. Now I now realize all other so-called happiness to be like the water contained in the hoop print of a calf. Hari Bhakti Subhodaya 14.36. 99 and 100. The Mayavadis were moved by hearing this. Their minds changed and they spoke, what you said is true. Only one who is favored by fortune attains prema. So in this verses, explaining about the love of Godhead, symptoms of love of Godhead. If one experiences love of Godhead in one's own body, the symptoms, outside symptoms, and beyond these four Purusharthas, love of Godhead, Prema Bhakti is a Panchama Purushartha, and it's the topmost thing. All the Vedas there, see, that's where Bhagavatam, why dissatisfied Vyasadeva? Because he has given all the Purusharthas for Dharmartha, Kama, Moksha, how to liberate, what is a proper Dharma, what is Artha, Dharmartha, Kama, Moksha. He has given all the Vedic literature. Something is missing. That's why he is dissatisfied. That missing point is he is not giving the Prema Bhakti, loving devotional service. That's why he contained all the essence of the Vedic literature in the Srimad Bhagavatam and given that. After Narada Muni understood, he is dissatisfied, he is morose, he is not getting the feeling, that complete satisfaction, job satisfaction is not there. So Narada Muni is giving instruction. You have given all the Purushartha, Dharmartha, Kama, Moksha, but love of God is missing. So you have to explain about the glories of the Lord and his devotees, so that you also fulfilled and become satisfied. So Bhagavatam teaches love of God, how to attain love of God by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, understanding these various pastimes. It's a essence of all Vedic literature. Bhagavata Purana. See, even though if in this lifetime, we won't be able to complete, we won't be able to read all the various literature. Our lifetime is very little, right? There are four Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharvana Veda, 18 Puranas, 108 Upanishads, and different parts of the Vedas. He has given all this knowledge. After writing all this, he was dissatisfied. So that's the thing. So Narada Muni helped him to write this narrations of Lord's pastimes, so that we develop love of God, Prema Bhakti. That is the ultimate topmost thing. So here only the Chaitanya Charitamrita, first Adi Leela of 7th canto, 84-80 verses. Just like a nothing. Those who are nothing. Dharmartha Kama Moksha in front of, before love of Godhead. And in this version, it looks like madman, the symptoms. But that's the beauty. That's the only that person only experiences the love of God. Outsiders, it's made like it's just like madman. But only the person who is experiencing, he's experiencing the Supreme Personality of God. Actually, in Sikshastakam prayer also, these symptoms are explained. Anybody remembers that?
Nayanam Galadashudaranam Vadanam Gadgadrudaya.
Pulakaya Nishitam Vapu Kada Tava Namakane Bhavish. Nayanam Galadashudaraya Vadanam Gadgadrudaya. Same symptoms.
The ecstatic symptoms.
Ecstatic, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji Guru is Keshav Kashmiri, right, Prabhuji?
Keshav Bharati.
Keshav Bharati is different, Keshav Kashmiri is different, Prabhuji?
I hope so, because different names. Keshav Bharati is a Keshav Kashmiri is a different personality, Prabhu. Keshav Bharati is different. He's a spiritual master. Keshav Kashmiri is a, I'm not sure. I heard that, but I couldn't recall who is the person.
Actually, he's from Kashmir. One of the Kashmir Pandit. He came actually like.
He was the proud person who came and challenged in this one, no?
Yeah,
in Shastric Vedic knowledge, I think.
Yeah, yes, Mataji. But I heard that after like arguing like అదే డిబేట్ చేశాడు అందరితోని చేసిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ బట్ చైతన్య మహాప్రభుతోని యాక్చువల్లీ అతను చైతన్య మహాప్రభు కూడా చేశారు. చేసిన తర్వాత ఈ విల్ యాక్సెప్ట్ చైతన్య మహాప్రభు యాక్సెప్ట్ యాజ్ ఏ గురు. ఐ హర్డ్ సమ్వేర్ same person.
Yes, Prabhu. To show everybody, like you have to, yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Two different, same personalities, huh? I'm not sure.
Yeah, same.
Keshav Kashmiri, Keshav Bharati is different.
Yeah.
Same person.
No. He's from Kashmiri Pandit, I think.
Yeah, he's from Kashmiri, Mataji. But I'm asking that because he one of the, I mean, like we only read Prabhuji. He accepted as a like I don't know, somewhere I had accepted as a guru, Keshav Kashmiri. Okay, Prabhuji.
And let me find, Prabhu. I'll let you know. Keshav Kashmiri, Keshav. Both are same. I had doubt. Both are same, different names, same person, or what? What is that?
Yeah, so like both are same or different? I'm asking. My doubt is.
Okay, I'll find out. I think Akinchan Prabhu joined. Would you like to read, Prabhu?
Prabhuji, in SB preface and introduction, it is mentioned that Keshav Kashmiri was ordered in a dream by Saraswati, goddess of learning, to submit to the Lord, and thus Kashmir Pandita became a follower of the Lord. So if he's a follower of the Lord, he wouldn't be the guru, no?
ఏ ప్రిఫేస్ లో చూసారు మొదటి?
ఇక్కడ వాణి కోట్స్ లో చెక్ చేస్తే వచ్చింది కేశవ్ కాశ్మీరి. శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం ఎస్బి ప్రీఫేస్ అండ్ ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ లో ఉందంట అది.
ఏం ఉంది బేసిక్ ఏమంటున్నారు అక్కడ, ఏం చెప్తున్నారు?
This is talking about that episode with Keshav Kashmiri. During this time, a great Kashmir scholar named Keshav Kashmiri came to Navadvipa to hold discussion on the Shastras. Kashmir Pandita was a champion scholar and he had traveled to all places of learning. Finally, he came to Navadvipa to contest the learned Panditas. Adanta story cheppin tarvata last lo he was astonished that a mere student of grammar could point out the literary mistakes of an erudite scholar. Although this matter was ended prior to any public meeting, the news spread like wildfire all over Navadvipa. But finally, Keshav Kashmiri was ordered in a dream by Saraswati the goddess of learning, to submit to the Lord, and thus the Kashmir Pandita became a follower of the Lord. So it does not mention
వేరు
that.
ఇక్కడ ఇది వేరైతే కదా.
Yes, yes. Keshav Bharati is different and Keshav Kashmiri are different.
Okay, okay, okay. That means he's a follower. Here he is a
Spiritual
disciple
master.
here. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it, na Prabhu? Hare Krishna, Raju Prabhu.
1 minute, Prabhuji. 1 minute, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Okay.
ఐఎమ్ నాట్ షూర్ బట్ నేను విన్నది ఏంటంటే అప్పుడు ఆ టైంలో బాగా షైవైట్స్ ఉండేవాళ్ళంట, లైక్ శివ డివోటీ. సో ఇప్పుడు ఎవరైతే శివ డివోటీస్ అందరూ ఫాలో కావాలంటే హీ హాస్ టు యాక్సెప్ట్ ఎ గురు ఫ్రమ్ హూ ఫాలోస్ ద శైవైజం. సో దట్స్ వై హీ యాక్సెప్టెడ్ కాశ్మీర్, లైక్ హీస్ గురు ఫ్రమ్ ద శైవైట్, సో దట్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ కెన్ ఫాలో చైతన్య మహాప్రభు. అది అని చెప్పిండు మాతాజీ ఒక క్లాస్.
కరెక్టే, బట్ ఇక్కడ
అప్పుడు
we are talking about different personalities. Same personality కాదు అది.
అదే
It's different. And he submits himself to Lord Chaitanya.
Yeah. So
And
there is another place as we preface an introduction. So it talks about Keshav Bharati separately, and it says while he was contemplating accepting sannyasa, who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It so happened that Keshav Bharati, a sannyasi of the Mayavadi school and resident of Katwa in Bengal, visited Navadvipa and was invited to dine with the Lord. So definitely he is not Kashmiri because he is a resident of Katwa in Bengal. When Keshav Bharati came to his house, the Lord asked him to award him the sannyasa order of life. This was a matter of formality. The sannyasi's order is to be accepted from another sannyasi, although the Lord was independent in all respects. Still, to keep up the formalities of Shastras, he accepted the sannyasa order from Keshav Bharati, although Keshav Bharati was not in the Vaishnava Sampradaya. So yes, Keshav Bharati was from the Shankara Sampradaya, but
Keshav Bharati, he is a guru. Yeah, he accepted as Keshav Bharati as his guru.
But
And he
Keshav
is
Bharati
from
is not
Shaivite.
Keshav Kashmiri because Keshav Bharati is a Mayavadi sannyasi and
Yes,
resident of Katwa in Bengal.
Yes, Mata. Then Keshav Bharati, he is the guru of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he is from Shaivism. So he accepted, so that ఎందుకంటే అందరూ అప్పుడు ఆ టైంలో శైవ లైక్ శివ డివోటీస్ ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి ఈయన తొందరగా చేస్తే నాకు ఫాలో అవుతారు అని చేస్తారు.
Yeah, that portion is correct. Only incorrect is that both are same. That is the only thing which is incorrect.
Keshav Bharati is the guru.
Yeah.
నేమ్స్ కొంచెం అదుండొచ్చు, బట్ that's the thing.
Yeah. So clarified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a very beautiful website, Vanipedia. If we type,
Yeah.
various it's a lot of devotees effort there actually. When we type something, wherever Prabhupada quoted in different verses, it comes.
Vani codes lo vachesindi.
I usually refer there only. It's authenticated only. Our Srila Prabhupada library of all the books.
And it's always good to have questions, but we should always refer the scriptures and whatever is written in Vani codes for the answers.
We will, we can refer actually. Yes, Mata. Good question, Raju Prabhu. We also clarify that. With Akitya Prabhu, since you joined, you read some of this and we'll wrap up this one.
Yes.
101 to 134. Read some of this. Okay.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yeah, 112 to 134. The Mayavadi sannyasis ask why the Lord does not discuss the Vedanta Sutra. Q2. The Mayavadi sannyasis ask, there is no objection to your being a great devotee of Lord Krishna. Everyone is satisfied with this. But why do you avoid discussion on the Vedanta Sutra? What is the fault in it? Chaitanya smiled and said, if you don't mind, I can ask something regarding Vedanta philosophy. The sannyasis became somewhat humble and addressed Lord Chaitanya as Narayana. They said, we are pleased to hear you and to see your bodily features. Your words will never be unreasonable. You may speak all the Vedanta Sutra. 106 to 133. Lord Chaitanya explains the defects in Shankacharya philosophy. A2. Words of the God, the Vedanta Sutra is spoken by the Lord Narayana. Ishvara Vachala, in the form of Vyasadeva. It is devoid of 4 defects: mistake, Brahma, illusions, pramada, cheating, vipralipsa, and sensory inefficiency. Karala Patva. Yeah. Mukhya Vritti, direct feelings. The absolute truth is described in the Upanishads and the Vedanta Sutra, but the verses must be understood as they are. Gulavriti, indirect beliefs. Shankaracharya has described all the Vedic literatures in terms of indirect beliefs. One who hears them is doomed. Sarva Nasa. Shankaracharya, incarnation of Shiva, is not a fault, for it is under the Supreme Lord's order that he covered the real purport of the Vedas. According to the direct understanding, the absolute truth is Bhagwan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chit Aishwarya Paripurna, full with all spiritual opulences, Anuruddhva Savana, unsurpassed by anyone. Everything about the Supreme Lord is spiritual, including his body, opulence, and paraphernalia. He is full of spiritual potencies. Mayavadi philosophy, however, says that he has no form, nirakara, and that these are all merely transformation of the material modes of goodness. Prakriti Satvera Vikara. It is great. It is the greatest blasphemy against Lord Vishnu. Lord versus Jivas. The Lord is Shaktiman, energetic, like a great blazing fire, and the Jivas are Shakti, energy, like small sparks of the fire. By taking the insignificant Jivas to the Lord, the degraded Mayavadi philosophy has covered the Lord's glory. The Jivas and the Lord Para Prakriti. Besides the inferior energies, there is another superior energy of Maya, which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of material inferior nature. BG 7.5. Apareyam itastavalyam.
Complete. We practice this verse.
Apareyam itastavalyam prakrite param jiva bhuta mahabhava. I don't remember.
Jivabhuta Mahabhavo.
Jiva bhuta mahabhavo.
Yedam Dharyate.
Yedam dharyate jagat. Yes.
Complete.
Three categories of Lord energies. Para, the spiritual potency, full of knowledge. Kshetrabhya, the living entities subject to bewilderment. Avidya, ignorance, visible ill fruitive activities. Vishnu Purana 6.7.61 Vishnu Shakti Para Prota.
ఇక్కడ ఆపుదాం ప్రభు. విష్ణు పురాణ 6.7 Vishnu Shakti Paraprokta. See, actually, this is one important thing. These are Sanskrit words. See, problem with human intelligence is, this is the thing. 4 defects, right? 4 defects of the human consciousness. We commit mistakes. It's called Brahma. By committing mistakes, illusion, it's Brahmada. Cheating propensity, Vipralipsa, and sensory inefficiency. Karana Patava. Sensory inefficiency, limited senses, mistakes, illusions, cheating propensity, and limited senses. That's why whatever comes from this human body, the knowledge is imperfect. It's not perfect knowledge. That's where Vedic knowledge is eternal knowledge, because the knowledge is perfect and it is eternal, because it's come from perfect personality who doesn't have these 4 defects. In human beings, this is the problem. To err is human. It's a thing. Mistakes, illusion, Brahma, illusion, Pramada, cheating propensity is there. Sensory inefficiency, limited senses. Actually, Prabhupada quotes these also 4 defects. Yeah, with this, let us stop here. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay, from 127 to this section. We'll read tomorrow. Thank you so much for reading Prabhuji's and Mataji's. Only one time the sloka said, then wrap up. Okay, let me share. Deepa Mataji or anyone want to do? We'll all repeat once.
నిన్నట్లాగానే చేసేద్దాం ప్రభుజీ అందరం కలిసి
చేద్దామా? ఓకే, షూర్. రైట్, దెన్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి, అది విల్ do. భగవద్గీత 13.22. పురుష ప్రకృతిస్థో
ప్రకృతి కారణం గుణ సంగోస్య సద్ అసద్యోని జన్మసు పురుష ప్రకృతిస్థో భుంక్తే ప్రకృతి గుణాన్ సంగోస్య సద్ అసద్యోని జన్మసు పురుష ప్రకృతిస్థో హి భుంక్తే ప్రకృతి గుణాన్ కారణం గుణ సంగోస్య సద్ అసద్యోని జన్మసు.
The living entity in material nature.
The living entity in material nature
Thus follows the ways of life.
Thus follows the ways of life.
Enjoying the three modes of nature.
Enjoying the three modes of nature.
This is due to the association with that material nature.
This is due to the association with material nature.
Thus he meets with good and evil.
Thus he meets with good and evil among various species.
Right. 13.23.
Upadrashtanumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwara paramatma chapyukto desmin purusha para. Upadrashtanumanta cha bharta maheshwara paramatmeti chapyukto desmin purusha para. Upadrashtanumanta cha bharta maheshwara paramatmeti chapyukto desmin purusha para.
Yet in this body there is another.
Yet in this body there is another.
A transcendental enjoyer.
A transcendental enjoyer.
He is the Lord.
Who is the Lord?
The Supreme Proprietor.
The Supreme Proprietor.
Who exists as the overseer and permitter.
Who exists as the overseer and permitter.
And who is known as the super soul.
And who is known as the super soul.
14.26. Maam chayo avibichare
bhaktiyo sagunan samatityetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Maam chayo vicharena yogena sevate sagunan samatityetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate.
Maam
chayo
vicharena yogena sevate sagunan samatityetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate.
One who engages in full devotional service.
One who engages in full devotional service.
Unfailing in all circumstances.
Unfailing in all circumstances.
At once transcends the modes of material nature.
At once transcends the modes of material nature.
And thus comes to the level of Brahman.
And thus comes to the level of Brahman.
15.7.
జీవలోకే జీవభూతా సనాతన మనష్టానింద్రియాణి ప్రకృతిస్థాని కర్షతి మమైవాంశో జీవలోకే జీవభూతా సనాతన మనష్టానింద్రియాణి
ప్రకృతిస్థాని
కర్షతి మమైవాంశో జీవలోకే జీవభూతా సనాతన మనష్టానింద్రియాణి Prakritisthani karshati.
The living entities in this conditioned world.
The living entities this conditioned world
are my eternal fragmental parts.
Are my eternal fragmental parts.
Due to conditioned life.
Due to conditioned life.
They are struggling very hard with the six senses.
They are struggling very hard with six senses.
Which include the mind.
Which include the mind.
15.15. Sarvasya chaham
हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्सर्वज्ञानोपहनं च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेवचाहम् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैः सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैः सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव
I am seated in everyone's heart,
I am seated in everyone's heart,
and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness.
and from me comes
knowledge,
forgetfulness.
remembrance, and forgetfulness.
By all the Vedas, I am to be known.
By all the Vedas, I am to be known.
Indeed, I am the compeller of the Vedanta,
Indeed,
I am the compeller of the Vedanta,
and I am the knower of the Vedas.
and I am the knower of the Vedas.
18.54 Brahma Bhuta Prasanna
Shochati na kakshati
Bhuteshu Madhvakti Labate Param Brahmabhuta Prasanna Kakshati Samasarveshu Bhuteshu Madhvakti Labate Param
Brahma
Bhuta Prasanna
Shochati na kakshati Sarveshu Bhuteshu
Labate Param.
One who is thus transcendently situated,
One who is thus
situated,
at once realizes the Supreme Brahman
at once
realizes the Supreme Brahman
and becomes fully joyful.
and becomes fully
joyful.
He never laments or desires to have anything.
He never laments or desires to have anything.
He is equally disposed toward every living entity.
He is equally disposed towards everything.
In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me.
In that
In that
state,
state, he
Pure
attains
devotional service to me.
18.55 Bhaktya Mamadhyānāti Yavan Yaśchāsmi Tato Mam
Anantaram
Bhaktya
Yavan Yaśchāsmi Tato Mam Bhaktya
Yavan Yashyasmi Tattva
Tato
Tato Jnatva Vishate Anantaram.
One can understand me as I am.
One can understand me as I am,
I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
as
as the Supreme Personality of
Godhead,
only by devotional service.
only by devotional service.
And when one is in full conscious of me by such devotion,
And when one is in full consciousness of me by such devotion,
he can enter into the kingdom of God.
he can enter into
the kingdom of God.
18.65 Manmana Bhava
Madhvato Madhyajivam Namaskuru Mami Vaishasante Jane
Jnane Priyosime
Bala
Bhava Madhvakto Madhyajimam Namaskuru Mame Vaishasi Satyante Pratijane Priyosime
Valvala Bhava Madhvakto Madhyajimam
Namaskuru Mame Vaishasi Satyante
Pratijane Priyosime.
Always think of me, become my devotee.
Always think of
Always think
me,
of
become my devotee.
my devotee.
Worship me and offer your homage unto me.
Worship
Worship
me and offer your homage
homage
unto
unto
me.
me.
Thus you will come to me without fail.
Thus you will come
You will
to
come
me
to me
without
without
fail.
fail.
I promise you this because you are my very dear friend.
I promise
I promise you
because you
this
are my very
because
dear
you are
friend.
my dear friend.
18.66 Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam
Sharanam
praja
Raja.
aham
Aham
tvam
tvam sarva
Papebhyo
Shesha
moksharahami Raja.
Sarvadharman
Sarvadharman parijya ekam sharanam Raja.
aham
Aham
tvam
tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. Sarvadharman parijya mamekam sharanam Raja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha.
Abandon all varieties of religion
abandon
and just surrender unto me.
and just surrender.
I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions.
I shall
I shall
all
deliver you
sinful reactions.
Do not fear.
Do not fear.
అంతే అభయ చరణాల అందుకే శిల ప్రభుపాద పేరు అభయ చరణాల వింద అభయ్ చరణ్ వాళ్ళ నాన్న ఎంత అద్భుతంగా పెట్టాడు అభయ్ చరణ్ భగవంతుని పాద పద్మాల దగ్గర ఉంటే నో ఫియర్ డు నాట్ ఫియర్ ఫియర్లెస్నెస్ yes thank you so much mataji prabhuji dandavat pranam
Hare
again
Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry to interrupt, Prabhuji.
చెప్పండి మాతాజీ
Prabhuji, today is my daughter birthday, Prabhuji. So I want all Prabhujis and Matajis to bless her, Prabhuji.
Haribo.
All.
three times
Younger, elder, Mataji?
Younger one, Mataji.
What's her name? I forgot, sorry.
Smriti Mataji.
చెప్పు నువ్వే
Smriti?
స్మృతి హరే కృష్ణ మహామంత్రం చెప్పు స్మృతి వి ఆల్ డు దట్
Hare Krishna, Chappu.
Smriti, how can we forget Smriti?
మత్త
Smriti?
జ్ఞానం అపోహనం చ
That's Smriti,
yes
right?
wish you very happy krishna conscious birthday
Very happy Krishna conscious birthday, Smriti.
so హరే కృష్ణ మహామంత్రం చెప్పు నాన్న
3 times cheppu, okay?
హరే కృష్ణ say
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
super one more time
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
super
Hare bol.
let us do
Yeah.
అయితే ఒకసారి అందరం మనం కూడా 3 times చేద్దాం ఫర్ spiritual progress and for a good krishna conscious life let us all together do 3 times hare krishna mantra hare krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
hare rama hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
hare
Ram, Rama, Hare Hare,
hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare.
wonderful smriti hari bol okay
Smriti, afternoon lunch కి వస్తున్నాం మీ ఇంటికి, ఓకేనా? రావాలా వద్దా? రావాలా? అడ్రస్ పంపించు మరి.
ఒక్కలం రా ఈ గ్రూప్ వాళ్ళు అందరం వస్తున్నాం
అందరం వస్తాం.
ఓకే నైస్ నాన్న మీ అక్కలాగా నువ్వు కూడా మంచిగా శ్లోకాలు తర్వాత పాటలు నేర్చుకో మంచిగా చదువుకో ఆల్ ది వెరీ బెస్ట్ కృష్ణ ఇస్ విత్ యూ ఓకే ఆల్ ది వెరీ బెస్ట్ థ్యాంక్ యూ
హరే కృష్ణ
థ్యాంక్ యూ అందరికి కూడా వాంఛా కల్పతరుభ్యశ్చ కృపా వైష్ణవ్యో అనంత కోటి వైష్ణవ వృంద की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय गौर हरि प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. Thank you all very much. See you all.